Pennsylvania, United States of America, planet Earth. Weird. We're back here in Mount Washington at Scarpaci's for another edition of Bar-jutsu Live. I'm Jim, just Jim. Nobody really gives a shit about anything else. So we'll just fucking go with that. With me is the beautiful, lovely, talented, sexier than ever. Nipples so fucking hard they can cut glass. Mr. GothHop and Romeo. And the even sexier, sporting her spring shirt. The hey, what's up? Let's bust out the spring. The lovely and talented funny.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston almost looked
Like how you,
Amanda Nene, yep. Amanda Nene. And then with us, one of my own personal favorites because she's all leathered up and ready to go. She's here. She can't wait. She's here to talk about this past weekend, which I personally couldn't give a fuck about, but people in the world still watch this shit. So let's talk about it. I did not watch it. No. Miss Layla Paige. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome back, man. We had like a week off because then we had that big tournament and everything, which was a huge
It was fun.
turnout. So fun at Gorman's Pub. Very happy to do that. Our next one coming up is the Puck Bowling Championship. Game on Pub and Eatery in Carnegie. So I'm thrilled about that. We got some stuff we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about pet peeves brought up. What's in the news, and I know Layla's excited. She's going to do this WrestleMania recap. Was WrestleMania 2 days again? Is that their new thing that they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's overkill. 3 hours, stop. It's ridiculous. 3 hour pay-per-view.
But I think it's all them damn commercials.
Oh, they do commercials?
Yeah.
It's a pay-per-view.
Well, not commercials. They do like, like...
Yes.
Yeah. They'll do like sponsors like in between like
see
after
they
a couple of matches
do that. That is like what you see. That is what's wrong with America.
Well, that's why it runs so damn long.
That's what I mean. But that is what's wrong. People are stupid now. When you pay to view it, when it's a pay-per-view, that means that you are paying to watch it. And advertisers, they don't get to spit it out. Exactly.
I think they should do, like, a quick, like, little sponsor. You know how, like, they have the overview. They'll have in, like, the top corner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everyone, like,
put the logo on the screen.
Like, I think they should do, like, a quick sponsor, like, with the overview, with, like, the field and shit like that.
I agree. You can do that, and that's it. But no, they want to do that. It's terrible. It's commercialized and everything. Also, we're going to talk about the famously uneventful solar eclipse hoax that happened yesterday.
Black hole sun, Soundgarden.
I saw it.
What about it? Black hole sun by Soundgarden.
She had special glasses.
I even got a picture of it.
Not a grumpy night. Hey, what?
I hate sports. I hate eclipses. I hate wrestling.
Dude. So my pet peeves.
I hate my bald spot.
My pet peeves. Whoa. I do not have a bald. Do I have a bald spot?
No.
I was gonna say, 46 years old. I was keeping my hair pretty well.
So you can't see the back of your head.
You know what? You are fired. Aaron Romeo, what is in the news? You fucking sexy bitch.
Oh wow.
Silver hair and
that's not the piece of shit.
Pecs and no, because I'm tired of calling you a piece of shit. Because why keep reminding the world
You turned over
what you are?
Well,
what's up, dude?
Well, we we know this. The eclipse. They said
that hoax.
Now the thing with the eclipse, they said that there was a comet supposed to be seen with it too. The Devil's Comet.
Bite your tongue.
I was looking for that later in the night. I had this telescope not fully built, just the top part. So
I can see it instead.
It's like a shoulder can. It looks like a gun, like a shoulder can, like you're proud.
My
You're
God.
probably like, what the hell is he?
His neighbors are calling.
Sniper or something.
I know he's a pervert. So what? You saw the comment?
No, I saw Jupiter though, or what I thought was Jupiter.
I only saw Uranus.
It was like the flag because they said that everything it described, and like Jupiter and Venus were supposed to be on each side. But going back to the comet, it comes back in 2095. It's like,
Oh, well, that's
we'll be dead.
Wait,
Somebody,
Under baby, yeah.
a friend of the show had a great comment that I thought was quite hilarious. I told him I would repeat it. We were talking about it because he went to Aurora. I assume, where did you tell me it was? No. That's in Alaska. He went to Aurora, Ohio.
I think that
I thought Aurora was in Illinois,
I don't
but you're saying it was in Ohio. Well, he went to somewhere called Aurora, and he watched it where it was totality, 100%.
that would have been so
And he
Somebody
said,
one of my coworkers said Brooklyn, New York was
Yeah.
pretty.
yeah, he said it was pitch black. And I said, really? I said, how cool was it? Because it was laying there. And he said it was the coolest thing he ever seen. And he described it. It was the funniest shit. He said, he said, imagine that you're on a deserted island. Well, not deserted. You're on an island and with other people, and you're the only one that knows what is actually going on. He said it was so cool that if you were the only one that knew what was going on, you could take over that island as their king. And then he said, just like white people did. So, Rob, that one was for you. But yeah, I guess it was really cool. He said that where he was, when you looked at it, you couldn't see the sun at all, but you could see the moon completely blue. And then everything else was pitch black.
I highly enjoyed it. So.
He said it was worth the trip, which I was up in Erie on Saturday, and I should have stayed up there to watch it, but I chose not to. So I went up there to see my kid win the championship in cheerleading. What's up, Molly? Congratulations. She got a ring and everything. So I was like, yeah, what's up, Dad? You don't have one of these. And I was like, well, I don't cheer.
Yeah, her ring's way nicer than your Bar-jutsu ring.
I know.
Sorry, but it is.
It was. It had all this bling on it. I'm like, holy shit.
That's
So yeah, they rocked it out and they won the championship, and I was very happy. So congratulations, Molly. Love you. You're the best. But so nothing happened. You didn't have. I heard the big thing to do in the Aaron Romeo house was as soon as it was a max, it's max height. Anal penetration. So none of that happened.
Oh no! Oh my
That didn't happen.
That's why no one comes over.
What do you think he was doing?
That's why I stopped coming over. All right, so nobody died. There was no earthquakes except for the one in New York. Yeah, what about that news anchor? What about the earthquake in New York?
Then let him move on.
You are right. I'm sorry. I just enjoy having these conversations. So you go and finish your thing, and then tell me what you know about New York and the earthquakes.
Yeah, I saw that. And I wasn't sure if that was fake news or real news, but like
It was a good one.
I saw like the vibrate like stuff.
Anytime anybody dies, it's great. Okay, let me rephrase that because I just heard that come up. Anytime there's a death, it's a great news story.
Because I saw it on TikTok first, which showed you how crazy the world's
Right.
gone.
But as soon as I said it, you guys went silent. You were like, what?
TikTok was gone.
It's going to be. They haven't banned it yet, right?
Not quite yet.
Sorry
saw-
to interrupt.
That's, that's all the commercials for it, though. They're like, stop, don't ban TikTok or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Which makes me laugh. Going back to the cheer championship this year, Saturday, I'm standing there waiting for them to get ready, and we're at the Erie Insurance Arena or whatever it is. I don't fucking know. But I'm standing there waiting, and these two girls just come right up, and they're like, yeah, excuse me. And I'm next to the window, and they put their phone up, and they're right next to me, and they're like, get out of my way. And they did this TikTok thing, and I'm like, get away from me, you little cuts.
Like, oh man, get out of my camera shot.
Yeah, they were. They were like, excuse me.
Do you think that they
TikTok.
were coming like, oh my god, Jim from Bar-jutsu?
That kind
Oh
of
my god, we got to get a picture.
That kind of
no.
falls into
Wait, too.
that kind of falls into like my pet peeves or things I hate watching.
Oh,
people do in
perfect.
Public. It was like
Perfect.
film TikToks.
So we'll get into the pet peeves, but I don't want to cut Aaron Romeo off because I know he's excited about what's going on in the world of sports.
The world of sport NCAA tournaments, the women's South Carolina went undefeated this year. They came close to not being undefeated, but that's part of the journey. You go through hurdles and humps and trials.
Is her name Caitlin Clark? She is the Ronda Rousey of NCAA basketball. You know why? Because everybody hyped her up, When it came time for her to shine, she sucked.
Just say
You
Ronda
were
Rousey
beat
sucks.
by-
I didn't know where you're going with this.
That's what I'm getting at. There, see? Everybody
hyped
hyped her up, and she
She'll
was
be in the
trash.
WNBA though next year.
Oh, good. So she'll make like 12 grand next year in the WNBA. Well, all 14 of her fans will be excited to watch. So I'm sorry.
There's like
good
14
run.
that watch us.
You-
Touche.
Very good.
Touche.
Very
Same demographic. Awful. But who won? Who won the men's? Who won the women's?
UConn beat Purdue.
I don't know what that means.
Alabama. That was the first time Alabama.
You're just
was in
saying
the
words
Final
now.
Four. No, I'm not.
Men's. Who won the
I'm
men's?
saying men's.
Men's.
UConn won men's.
He's like, no, I'm not.
Alabama
Correct.
first appearance. The Alabama football program's way better than the basketball program. This is the first time the Alabama men's program was in the Final Four.
Awesome. I don't know the significance of that, but that's cool.
Yeah, but they lost anyways. But good run, nice little run.
Fuck them. Who
Yeah.
cares? And then the women's was not LSU because I know they were crying like bitches.
In the conference title game, they were.
What was the girl that she was getting death threats? She's like, oh, no, I'm getting death threats. Well, then don't suck at basketball.
What's her name? She's another one that's going.
What, suck at basketball? I guess so. I guess they lost. They were all LSU. LSU was like shit talking Iowa. And the one girl, like the star on LSU, she's like, I guess she's like, I don't know. She either had
She has a ring.
fungus on her finger or she
Ring
was
from
pointing at a ring.
last year.
Oh, so they won it last year.
Mhm.
So she's like, yeah, look at this, blah, 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 blah. And then Iowa came in and they were like, they threw some corn at them and stuff and everything because it's Iowa. Field of Dreams reference.
Mm-hmm.
I did go to a corn fest when I lived in Iowa.
Oh, yeah?
Glenn
You
Miller
lived in
from
Iowa.
Glenn
Oh.
Miller Band is from
Rest in
Iowa.
peace,
For this
they
corn
went.
fest, like 2
Glenn
weeks
Miller?
ahead of time, they'll
They're
bring
the one
in
that died in the
a
plane,
dump
right?
truck
Yep.
of corn, and they have.
And then Slipknot's from Iowa.
Slipknot is from Iowa. Fantastic. Good, useless knowledge there. What year was Slipknot at the Super Bowl?
No, they weren't at the Super Bowl. They weren't at the Super Bowl.
They weren't at the Super Bowl.
I was like, wait, no, they weren't. I'm like, well,
All right.
imagine that is that halftime.
Could you imagine that halftime? Wouldn't that be
Oh my
awesome?
God.
All right.
I like how we're still sitting here talking about corn. And
Yeah.
Motionless in White was at the WWE.
That
That was awesome.
WrestleMania was good.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Motionless in White, they performed my girl's theme song.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Motionless and
It's a band.
Metal band is like the.
They're from Scranton, PA.
I've never heard of them.
What?
I'm not even being funny for the show right now.
They're
I've
such a
never
good
heard.
band.
They were at Mania.
Yeah, they performed great.
Was Vince McMahon at Mania?
No, they actually banned from anybody from saying Vince McMahon. Like on.
I heard that. That is why I asked that because I heard.
Why can't you say it? What?
Because this
Same
was
reason you
caught in,
can't
like,
say-
like a sex trafficking scandal. Like,
and everything's
Same reason that-
trafficking in
same reason
sex
that they-
anymore.
You're not allowed to say Chris Benoit.
I feel like as soon as Diddy, that whole thing about Diddy came out, everybody was just spilling the thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were like, I'm getting in on this
Yeah.
one. That's
One
terrible.
thing's weapons, who cares? Like, whenever, I'm sure a lot of people traffic weapons, but like when it comes to people, when you start doing that, then it's like.
Terrible.
The traffic
it's
corn.
like,
We're gonna let
have all
traffic
this
corn.
money, like, it's like, come on.
Aaron Romeo, you're in rare form tonight.
I am.
So, what do we want to talk about? Because I know we're already 15 minutes in. I know we want to talk about your WrestleMania recap because you're all. We want to talk about that first, or you want to talk about our pet peeves? Let's talk about WrestleMania since we're doing the sports thing. We're already talking about wrestling. Layla, we're going to take it over to you. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but for the dozens and dozens of people watching right now, the wrestling fans, WrestleMania recap.
Want to go retain? Rhea Ripley
I don't know who that
against
means.
Becky Lynch.
I don't know
Rhea
who that
Ripley
is.
won against Becky Lynch.
Don't know. Is that Rhea? What's her name? Rhea Ripley. That's the dude.
Shut up.
That's the tranny.
She's beautiful.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
But what did she wrestle as when she was a dude?
And her feet are nice too.
Wait, you're looking at me in disappointment like I'm kidding right now. She was a dude, right?
No.
She's got an Adam's fruit basket for Christ's sake.
It's actually a lot of women who have an Adam's apple.
Well, she's got no. I mean that bitch. Her Adam's apple was so big that
Is it because she's muscular?
no, it's because
Huh?
they put food on it. It's like an elevator. And
I'm
it just-
sure. It's because
just
she's
sends it down to
jacked
the
as
stomach.
fuck, isn't it?
She's Jackson. Hey, here's Danielle. What's up, Danielle? Are we doing a shot of the week tonight?
Peanut butter and jelly shots.
Peanut butter and jelly shot tonight. Is that to celebrate
Jelly time.
Ramadan?
to celebrate today.
What's today? Whose birthday is it?
Tuesday, April 9th. It's actually National Unicorn Day.
It is National Unicorn Day.
Yeah, so.
And if anybody can see this, because I celebrate National Unicorn Day,
Yeah.
just so everybody can see, when you look at my,
He's in his unicorn suit, guys. He's kidding.
oh, not my unicorn suit, but if you can look at my, it's a unicorn. My pad, it's a unicorn whenever you type it.
How
You
cute.
like that? I love you.
Are you all ready for your shot?
Yeah, we can take a shot.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so while we're waiting for the shot, Rhea Ripley retained one of the 14 championship belts that currently exist in the WWE universe.
Cody Rhodes finally finished his story.
I don't understand what that means. So did he retire? Is he done?
No, past couple of years he's been trying to go after the Universal from Roman Reigns. You know, like
It's hard to do that from AEW. I'm just saying right now.
Hey, but he was in WWE first.
He was, and he was treated like shit. He was literally treated like shit because he was legacy. Because the McMahons they hated Dusty Rhodes. But even though Dusty Rhodes was a piece of shit, Dusty Rhodes was a legend of wrestling. And I only met the guy a handful of times, and he was really arrogant, and I kept my distance because I was like, I respect this guy. I don't want to get into it with him like I did with that piece of shit.
Well, not wanting to meet your heroes.
Yes. Yeah. So, like, I was like, I could see how he was backstage and stuff and everything, and I kept my distance. But I know, Dustin Goldust, fabulous. He is one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life.
One of the nicest ones too.
So to see him and his brother try to succeed, like with Goldust being a complete joke to them, they were like, "We're doing this to shame your dad," and for him to be like, "All right, motherfucker, I'm going to take this character and I'm going to make it as big as possible," and he did. Like, I get goosebumps thinking about it because he took a fucking joke, like a spit in the face to his old man from Vince McMahon, and made it one of the most iconic characters ever. And people were like, "Holy shit, he did that." He was like, "Fuck you, Vince."
Dustin was one of the nicest ones to me when I was in AEW.
He is an all-around good dude.
Like, every time I saw him, he's like, "Hey, Mom, what's going on?" And he would literally just give me the biggest hug. And, like, he's a massive dude.
He is one of the nicest guys ever. But so he was going for the Universal. I don't even know what that means.
The Universal Championship is like a combination. Like, it's like the WWE title and like something else.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So wait.
Or undisputed.
So wait, who is the... So you have a World Heavyweight Champ... Give me a breakdown before we get into this. Because I'm so out of the loop.
So they have Intercontinental. They no longer have like Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. It's combined into the Women's Championship. And they have a Women's Heavyweight, which is what Rhea has. And then there's a Male Heavyweight Championship, and then the Undisputed WWE Championship.
Okay.
Then they have tag team like belts.
So you have a male's champion, heavyweight champion, an undisputed heavyweight champion, and then a universal heavyweight champion?
No. Universal and like undisputed Universal and WWE champion are the same thing.
I don't have enough deodorant for this conversation. Remember back when wrestling was beautiful, when you had the World Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and then tag teams?
The United States.
And then they stole the United States because the United States was the most popular from WCW. WWF
Logan
fans.
Paul is currently the United States champion.
And he's about to fight Mike Tyson?
That's Jake Paul.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Logan Paul is actually very fucking talented.
Oh, you know what? No. I will agree with you. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen him in the ring doing shit, and he's phenomenal. For him coming right off of Disney, he's the one from Disney, right?
No, he did a bunch of YouTube shit.
Yeah, but he was on Bizarre-Vark.
I never watched that.
I think Logan Paul was on Bizarre-Vark, and Jake Paul was YouTube.
Such a clown.
So, but they both were involved with Disney, and he was. I liked him on Bizarre-Vark. My kid used to watch it, but I was like, I can't believe this dude is gonna be wrestling. And I watched him, and I'm like,
I think
that kid. I'm like, that kid should have been here from the start. And I don't say that about a lot of workers, but that dude is pure talent.
I said on Facebook once, I think he found his calling.
He is. I mean, the mic work and the in-ring work, just to be able to combine it is... Nene, what do you feel about it? How do you feel?
He hasn't been doing it too long.
I love that Jake Paul Logan person.
You love
great.
Logan Paul, Jake Paul?
Yeah, he has a nice butt and really good abs. And
he got a great jawline.
He puts people in headlocks real good.
She's like, I love it. So wait, did he win on WrestleMania, or
It was a
did he?
triple threat with him, Cody, or it was a triple threat with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Randy Orton needs to retire. Kevin Stein needs to lose a little bit more weight.
Yeah, which one?
Wow,
He's a little
judgy,
chunky.
judgy pants.
Well, you know what? Because he was an indie worker, and he was in the indies when I was in the indies. And he was a good dude. He was a funny dude.
CM Punk is a menace.
CM Punk
still.
is trash.
CM Punk was always nice to me.
Now, he's fucking trash. When I did a show with him in Jersey, I've told this on the show before, he is a fucking dickhole and a hat.
He was nice to me.
Yeah, because you have a vagina. I don't currently have a vagina, but it is only April of 2024. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, but
Telling
he was
you.
nice to me.
How many tag team titles are there?
They have Raw, SmackDown, and then NXT. And then they have, I think, on the big brands, I think there's just tag teams.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Danielle, do me a favor. Please stand in front of the championship belt and do your little spiel.
Right here.
Yep, right there.
Hi.
You're looking at that one.
Okay, hi. Tonight we are having peanut butter and jelly shots, which have peanut butter, screwball peanut butter whiskey, and Chambord raspberry liqueur. So it's really simple, but cheers.
Cheers, guys. Peanut butter and jelly shots. I'm going over here. All right, peanut butter and jelly. Here we go.
We're supposed to drink again.
Wow. That is, I can taste
like whiskey?
I can taste that. And then the kick. Holy cow. Well done.
Very lovely.
Very nice, Danielle. Guys, if you want to try one of Danielle's patented shots of the week, please come to Scarpaci's in Mount Washington. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. She is here. Ask her for one of her shots and she will hook you up. Also, Butterfly Bartending is one of our sponsors. If you are looking for a bartender, please feel free to come to Scarpaci's or call Scarpaci's and ask for Danielle, and she will come to one of your private events and do whatever. Now, I don't know if whatever on the menu means topless or... I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She is a great bartender, and we love her. She does this every week. It's awesome.
Fucking Undertaker was there.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Isn't he dead yet?
Look, so I was watching Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns match. It was The Rock, John Cena, The Undertaker. I'm like, what year is this?
Yeah, how does he do a run-in in a walker? The guy's got to be using a cane or some shit like that. He's 162 years old. I can't imagine how many surgeries.
All they needed was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'd be like, what time period are we in?
Honestly, they can't.
I know who that person is.
I think Stone Cold Steve Austin still got one good run left.
I don't know. Here's my problem. So it's clearly a new era, okay?
Yeah, Vince McMahon ain't there no more.
When you can't, when you have a shitty product like they do, I've said this before, they look back to what worked. And they're like, all right, well, this worked back in the 90s.
It's a lot better now that
The
Triple H is running it.
1990s. Right. And Paul's fucking running shit. And
It's
he's
a lot
like, all
better
right.
now that he's running it.
But the problem is, okay, you want to go back there to where it worked and use that old formula. Unfortunately, the old formula, the guys have AARP cards. They're retired, you know? They're like, they'll be in the middle of a conversation and they shit their depends.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking old. I should know.
You know, Snoop Dogg's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, didn't he do the people's elbow on somebody?
The doggy elbow he did on the Miz last year.
Terrible. I heard that was I read that was improv.
It was
Because
Who was joint in his mouth?
It was Shane McMahon. He literally got injured. The first 30 seconds.
Yeah, he ripped
Snoop Dogg's like, all right, I got
the same thing. He did the same thing his old man did. He did a leapfrog. I remember. I just saw this on Facebook. He did a leapfrog and he tore his quad.
Oh, okay.
Which is a sure sign of they all juice and they fucking overextend themselves and it just rips. Because when they don't train the way they're supposed to, they just rip their quad. So he ripped his quad and Snoop Dogg just said, "Fuck it."
Fuck, I gotta get
and he went in there and Miz just laid there. And I will give it to Miz on that one. He said, "Whatever you're doing, just go ahead and do it."
You know, literally one of my favorite WrestleMania moments is the doggy elbow. Because, like, he has no athletic ability at all whatsoever.
He had no in-ring training, no nothing.
Snoop?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Snoop's like 14 pounds. I couldn't imagine.
The rule is, or at least was, you don't step foot in that ring unless you've been trained to take bumps. You never.
I'm sure he knows how to take a bump.
Right. Well, I don't know. But if he did, from what I saw, they said he had zero training whatsoever, and he was like, dude, I'm Snoop Dogg. So they were like, just do your thing.
I mean, like, I
And
feel like
he-
Snoop Dogg can do whatever the fuck he's
Pop that he got from that was insane. It was the most,
And the way
respected.
he bounced off the ropes didn't even move.
Yeah, terrible. But like more power to him.
Snoop.
So nobody died at WrestleMania. No, nothing. It was just. How do you do 2 nights of a pay per view? Terrible.
I had a couple of friends that went, like, I would have loved to have gone, but I wasn't paying $500 per night for
Fuck
a
no.
ticket.
I wouldn't pay $30 for a ticket to WrestleMania. $30 for I would pay $14.95 to watch Aaron Romeo take a shit in the middle of his living room.
We also got to think of inflation.
Right,
And the tickets are
right,
so goddamn
exactly. Why? What made you cringe on that one?
Uh,
Watching Aaron Romeo take a shit in the middle of his living room and then sitting there watching 2 nights of WrestleMania is pretty
and
much
now
insane.
R-Truth had his WrestleMania
Almost
moment.
been
He's
I'm
there.
just
tag
amazed
team
that
champion.
you would
R-Truth?
pay 15
He's
bucks.
with the Miz.
Is he-
Him and the Miz are tag team champions.
Is he still 24/7 champion? Or is that
No.
not exist anymore?
No,
Who's the 24/7
I don't
champion?
even know if that exists
That's
anymore.
I'm sure it does. It never does. Especially when that's when they got rid of the hardcore belt. They said we'll make it a 24-hour belt, and it just
But yeah,
disappeared.
R-Truth is tag team champion. He had his WrestleMania moment.
That guy's older than shit.
He looks good though for his age.
I don't know how he does it, but he's older than dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So what is that? Is that the end of your WrestleMania recap?
Yeah, I mean, ones that were fun anyways. Most of the one. That's good. Lil Wayne was there.
Who's Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne? You know,
Weezy.
Lil Weezy.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Is he a, oh,
We're so much older than we actually
Oh
are.
He's a rapper.
he's a rapper.
I've heard a
terrible.
little Wayne.
It was terrible.
So, if you had to rate it on a scale of one that's he's high all the time, great.
Yeah.
1 to 10, 1 being 10 being
Magnificent.
absolutely amazing, and 1 being Aaron Romeo performing at a nightclub. What would you rate WrestleMania?
Like this year's WrestleMania? 10.
Bullshit.
No, literally, it was
Bullshit.
great.
WWE pay-per-views haven't gone above a 5 in
No, I'm telling you,
decades.
you need to start watching it. Like,
not
ever
gonna
since
watch it,
Triple
it's
H took
trash.
over, it got
The
better.
product
I'm
is
telling you.
trash. The acting is trash. The promos are
Okay.
terrible. It's garbage.
I think you're just being petty.
I'm not being petty. I choose not to watch trash. You
I'm
know.
telling you, it's gotten better since Triple H took over.
Well, like I said, I like Paul. I like what he did. I think what he did in the Attitude Era was phenomenal. But you can't go back.
Paul Heyman's in the Hall of Fame.
I saw that. That motherfucker should have been in the Hall of Fame years ago.
I agree.
Babel and Moon.
So you're just naming random names. Oh my god, you're just naming out names
I
now.
like duos.
You like
tag
duos?
team
Like chicks?
No.
2 chicks, 1 dick? All right. Moving on. Thank you, Layla. That was spectacular. And we brought the
Even though you talk shit about it
yeah.
the entire time.
we brought the Mike Blade championship belt. Rest in peace, Mike. We miss you, brother. I miss Mike Blade. He was a good dude. But we brought that so that you could talk about your WrestleMania and then you could reflect on it. There you go. But we wanted to talk about pet peeve. Holy shit, we're 30 minutes in. 30
Let's
minutes.
get went on your wrestle rant.
I can't help. That's what I talk about. I hate talking about it. Makes me sick.
You're squeezing your Captain America's little head off.
Stress ball. Pet peeves. I have a lot of pet peeves. So many that I don't think we have a long enough show to do it. But Layla had brought it up to me. She said, I want to talk about pet peeves. So obviously something happened. And we'll get to you in a minute, but I want to know what Aaron Romeo's pet peeves are. I'm going to guess. If I had to guess,
Traffic.
I would say, oh, no. We're going to go further than the traffic. I would say, he's like, remember that one time that you were talking to me and you were like, oh my God, I have so many pet peeves. And I was like, what? He's like, I can't stand when, you take a girl out, you take her to dinner and everything, and
And then she
you're
just
having a
goes
great
home.
time. Yeah.
Come
Or like,
come out of the bathroom and she's not there.
yeah, or like, you finally get her home and like, everything's going good and you're making out. And he's like, yeah, you're making out, everything's good. And she's like, can I go to the bathroom and freshen up? And you're like, yeah. And she left the lid on whenever she peed. She had a penis, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's one of your pet peeves. Aaron Romeo, what is your biggest pet peeve? Some of your pet peeves.
I would say people that run stop signs, traffic, and
I'm up there with you on that one.
Like, right, yeah.
I feel that's a universal
Bad
pet peeve.
drivers.
Bad drivers, yeah.
See, you could say that, but like we were discussing it on the way here. One of my
Waiting
things.
too long for somebody, like if I'm,
I'll tell you what really drives me nuts.
different.
This happens to me every fucking day. When you're driving and somebody pulls up to a light and you want to go to the right, and it bears to the right, and they purposely just pull.
Park halfway.
Yeah, I'm like,
sitting
yo,
halfway between it.
There's no. I got out once. I shit you not, and you guys know I do this.
That's like
I was coming out of the Liberty tunnels, and there was a car at the red light. And if you move your ass up there and you get there, there's enough room for me to get there and make a right. So I have my turn signal on, and I'm going to the right, and these two people are going. But this fucking dickhole decides they're going to park all the way out. And I'm looking up ahead. I'm like, is there something in front of them? There's nothing in front of them. I got out of my car, and I walked to the front of it, and I went, and I'm like, I'm looking at the guy, and he goes, and I'm like, move up! And I got back in my car, and he was so scared, he moved up, and I fucking went.
Good.
That's the kind of shit.
I would have ran you over.
Or
I know.
It'll be green light, they'll purposely go slow, like
Oh.
just to mess,
Do you ever
like,
feel
to
like
mess
people
with you,
purposely drive like assholes?
just to
Yeah.
do it.
I do all the time. I do.
I think I do it, and I don't realize I'm doing it. Like the way that I drive, I think that I'm driving normally, and then like I'm always like, why is this guy flipping me off right now? And I'm looking to see if somebody put like a sign on my thing that says, if I pass you, you're an asshole or something like that. And I'm like, why are they looking at me like that? I know that I'm aggressive, but I try not to be an aggressive asshole. I guess I just do, and I
Yeah,
don't.
but no, sometimes I feel like I realize I don't know I'm doing it, but I feel like there are people who purposely just drive like fucking out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they
You
go
know,
out of
like
the way.
when they so you get like a yellow light and you're behind them and they speed up so you're stuck at the red light. I feel like people do that.
I love the lifted trucks with the
Their
monster truck
tailgate
tires on it
running
and all that
in.
shit and
All
everything.
I think about is butt
Right.
penis.
And I'm like, why? And then they get out and they're like 5'2", and I'm like, dude, why do you need this? And then it's spotless.
Making up for your
Like they buy these diesels that they've got these big beds, and you think, oh, yeah, you haul shit for a living or whatever. Nah, dude, I don't put anything in the back. It's spotless.
Yeah, they got their
You're a
Yetis
cunt.
in the back.
Yeah, you're a fucking cunt.
I gotta move my leg. I was beefing with somebody on the road for like I want to say about like a couple of miles, like going to the gym the other day.
Oh,
So they could see that I had my turn signal on. They were going the same speed as I was.
Right.
But they were a little bit ahead of me. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be getting this lane anyways. They see me with my turn signal on, so they start slowing down, so I can't get past them. I feel like people purposely do that.
they have to.
So I'm like, I kind of floored it a little bit. I'm like, I'm getting past you one way or another. So we literally just kept switching lanes on each other. I'm like, I see him coming. I'm getting over.
Fucking terrible. Nene, what do you got for us?
Pet peeves? When people chew on the phone with me. They
Like,
should be decapitated. Like when they're... Yeah. Oh, you should have your head ripped off. I'm telling you.
I also hate when people record at the gym.
that's awful.
Weird.
That's terrible.
And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. And like, I have a lot of personal trainer friends. Like, I get it if they're doing it for like form or showing like their clients and stuff like that. But I hate the Joey Swole type of
So I just saw, and you may be speaking of that.
gym recorders.
I just saw there were two guys. I don't know who they are, but there were two guys from the WWE working.
Austin Theory and
Okay, so they were working out and they recorded themselves.
I think
and
I
this
shared
guy,
it.
Yeah,
I think I was
you
gonna
did.
share
You
it.
shared it. And the guy just walks by. He's just he's going to a machine or something. He's just
Nobody's
walking
paying
by.
attention to your fucking
Right.
camera.
So nobody sees it, and he just walks by and they start on him. They're like, yo, dude, what the fuck? Now, when I realized it, after I watched it,
Granted,
who
they
they were,
been, in character.
it had to be a work.
I don't think so. For Austin Theory, the one I don't think it was in character. I've heard he is actually an asshole.
But I could see, like you, like after I found out they were wrestlers, I was like, that's a work.
Mhm.
They clearly, after they fucking filmed it, they probably said, hey, dude, we're doing character shit. We're trying to build up. Are they heels?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're heels. So I think it was clearly a work because genuine heels don't act like that.
I've heard Austin
You know
Theory
what I
is
mean?
actually an asshole.
So, and I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him.
He's one of
So-
the younger ones.
But like you wouldn't do that. And that actually, I could see WWE now doing something about it.
Mhm.
But back in the day, that behavior would get you fired.
Yeah.
Like they would be like, "Hey, we got a call. You did this. You're fucking fired." You know that's a huge. That was a huge no-no. Even when Vince was running, he was like, "When you're out there, regardless if you're even if you are a heel, if a fan comes up to you and starts giving you shit, play it off, and then just be like, hey, thanks for watching. You know, if you're a face, look up the face thing.
Yeah.
But even heels were told, but like Warrior, Ultimate Warrior used to get into a lot of trouble like that. He'd be at the fucking airport. And people would go up to him and be like, "Hey, you're the Ultimate Warrior." He'd be like, "Wait!" Like, oh, and they would call Titan Towers and be like, "Wait, just went up to say hi, like chewing us out."
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's just unprofessional. But
And
chewing on the phone.
Gym recorder.
Oh yeah.
My biggest pet
But
peeve.
chewing on the phone would drive me fucking nuts.
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible. I have hung up on people. Like
You're too loud.
It's
I don't even say. I just hang up.
It's fucking annoying.
It's rude.
But there's so many more. I mean, like I said,
my
like
one cousin likes to like she moans when she eats. It's like, I'm like, oh, knock your head off your shoulder. Stop doing that.
you know what one of my anti-pet peeves is? When I call somebody and they're taking a shit. I love it. I call them out on it all the time. Like you can hear the echo. They're like,
I do that all the time.
yeah, what's up? What's going on? I'm like, dude, are you taking a shit right now? I say that to my mom all the time. She's like, no, I did that this morning. I'm peeing. Hi, Mom. How's it going? Mother's Day is coming up. Love you. But yeah, I will always call you out. And that's my thing. If you're doing something and it's a pet peeve of mine, I'll fucking tell you though. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm about to stab you. You know, when you leave cabinet doors open, or leave lights on in the house, it it drives me nuts.
My anti-pet peeve is getting petty. Like with people, I love doing it.
Yeah. Another pet peeve I have is getting stabbed. Just don't stab me.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'm not a fan of it. You know, if I'm walking down the street and you're angry, you want to poke me.
But you know what? You're easily stabbable.
I am. You know what else I noticed? This is one, and I'll end on this one. Here's another pet peeve. I don't know what it is, and I've worked on it for years. I have a very approachable, like look or feel or something like that. If I am in a crowd,
You get weirdos.
yeah. If I like that's how I met Aaron Romeo. But if I'm in a crowd, like I refuse to make eye contact with anybody, but it still doesn't work. Like we'll be in a convention center and there's like 13,000 people there, and I'll just be standing there waiting for something, and somebody will be lost. Out of all these 13,000 people, they'll come to me and be like, excuse me," and I'm like, "How can I help you?" And I'm like, "I was wondering, do you know this?" And I'm like, "Lady, get the fuck away from me." And she's like having a heart attack.
See, what I've heard about that,
I try not to be approachable.
See, what I've heard about that, people always go to the most attractive person in the room. Just
see, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's why when we met, you came over to me, and I was like,
Right.
"What the F are you?"
Yeah, you were like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, I was like, "Who's this big dude
She's
with
like,
a big
"Excuse
mouth?"
me, I'm talking," and I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to interrupt."
Yeah. Yeah, he walks in and they're trying to be tough. And I'm like, who's this big mouth motherfucker? I was the only big mouth supposed to be at the party.
I've just noticed they go to the best looking person in the room. Just
I know that Aaron Romeo, one of your pet peeves is he's like, "Yeah, I don't get it. I send them thousands of dollars on Snapchat and they always blow me off."
they always say that.
He's like, "My pet peeve is sending people money on Snapchat and they don't exist."
Being late.
I'm
too.
kidding.
People
He doesn't-
are late and that they don't have any concern for the other people that are involved.
People who aren't observant of their surroundings.
Oh, I love it. I also love when people are, you're early and they're running late, but it's your fault because you're rushing them. We're supposed to be there 2 hours ago. I know. Just trying to find myself. You're not helping me right now. I'm like, okay, terrible.
And also, this is a big one. This is like a nausea one. Whenever people have like food things in their sink.
Oh,
Right.
Now I tend to do that sometimes because my kid will leave shit in there, and then I'm too tired to look in the sink, and then I'm like, what is that? I'm like, son of a bitch. And I have to remind her every day. I'm like, Molly, we don't have a garbage disposal.
Got it.
So why don't I just put it down the sink? And I'm like,
Felicia, sir.
I'm like, you're not listening what I'm saying. You know, she doesn't understand how garbage disposal works. You know. But
Tags sticking out of people's shirts.
yes, that is a pet peeve of mine.
Uh-huh.
They're walking around, they got a tag sticking out, they just want to rip it out. And you can't even do that anymore. Used to be funny back in the day. Used to be able to walk out and rip it off and be like, "Hey, that was bothering me. I'm sorry." They're like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious!" You know, oh shit. Now you go up and they're like, "What? What are you doing?"
I'll just tell them I'm tucking it in. I'm like, it's bothering me.
Or like when they're walking around and their penis is hanging out. Like, shoot,
Oh
put it
my
away.
god! So funny story. So I heard from one of my bar friends, like they were getting ready to card somebody, and like his wife was
Well, that happens.
He's like on the Saturday night, he's like, guys, someone all over the place looking for his ID. And the guy like hands it to him. He's like, nah. He's like, I'm not letting you in. He's like, well, why not? He's like, well, your penis juice is all over your hands for one. He's like, and your Peter Pan sticking out.
Oh my god, you're Peter Pan.
Oh, I bet you had a fun night.
Speaking of the bar, I want to talk about a little bar on the North Shore that shall remain nameless that has popped up in the news lately because it seems to keep having people disappear and then show up dead in the river.
Are you
And
serious?
that last guy wasn't dead.
But he was at that bar.
Personally, I think they just be getting too drunk and they go home with some random girl and get some moody.
And Smiley Face Killer's back.
Smiley Face Killer only targeted gay men.
I'll be on. And was he gay?
Wait,
No, he was found anyway.
Oh, I can mention it. I don't want to mention it because I don't want anyone to get angry.
He was found.
He was found safe. But it is, what is it? No, it wasn't that.
But Smiley Face Killer does target men in the North Shore, so I don't think it's bars in particular. It's just that area.
But and the water's right there. We won't say the name. We'll call it Whiskey Indian. What? Can we go with that and get away with it?
Tango?
We'll call it that. But we're not going to mention it because I don't want them to be like, "Hey, we saw your show," and I'm like, "Thanks."
There's a fact that they say a killer passes you in your lifetime, like one or
It's for like 7.
Yeah.
Or like
My number right now is
We got 1 in here.
72
It's really
daily. Wow. I've encountered so many in my lifetime daily.
Oh,
I
I'm
lost
sure.
count. I lose count. So, but you mean like
On the street.
on the street in public?
Interaction and stuff like that. Yeah.
I just saw. They said at any given time there are like 32 serial killers in the United States.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts. You know.
Probably ran into one of them at some point. You know.
If I had to guess in this group.
If you're not on the list, like
who's capable of being a serial killer?
If they're not on the pattern.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say.
I say me or Aaron.
No, this is gonna shock you. If I had to pick amongst the four of us, I would say Amanda Nene has the most capability of being a serial killer.
Because
I
think she'd be good at hiding it.
No, because I'll tell you why. Because like she's the kind of one. She's the kind of person that's like, bitch. Goes to the store and let's say it's picnic and she goes to get a watermelon and then they're out of watermelons and she sees this bitch with the last watermelon. She's the kind of person that's like, I'm either gonna take that bitch's watermelon, I'm gonna find out where she lives, I'm gonna slit her throat while she's starving that bitch.
Like Serial Mom. Did you ever see that movie?
Yes, you are Kathleen Turner, Serial Mom.
I mean, I do not deny that I could possibly be a serial. I mean,
I would say
I'm saying nothing.
If I had to label you guys, I would say serial killer, Mananini.
She's the housewife serial killer.
Get on my own reality show.
Mopery. And I would say aggravated assault. What's mopery? Exposing yourself to a blind person.
I feel like how mine was aggravated assault.
I can totally see that. Aaron that's the kind of thing that you would do. You'd be walking down the street. He'd be walking down the street. He's just like,
look around.
He'd look and he'd see a blind guy and he'd go. You can't.
I'm there. So
I get to see it. Then you'd be in court and they'd be like, why'd you do it?
Oh, God.
Thought he was fake and being
Oh,
blind.
my
I
God.
figured it was the best test I could do. Well, who made you the judge and jury to fucking test if he was blind? God. Galway.
I think I'd rather be a serial killer than what you got.
Oh, yeah. You guys. Yeah, that's.
That's what I'm waiting for it. He's thinking about it because he's like, that is
Like,
actually something.
Have I done that?
That's
I've made enough good connections down North Shore. I'd get out with aggravated assault.
I could see. You'd be like a serial assault.
North Shore. It's yeah. There's like
I made enough good homies down there. I'd get out.
Well, no, a psychic did tell me and my friend that I'm not going to say because I don't want her implicated in any sort of murder.
there's both
That
bodies done.
Me and her, one of us would do the killing, one of us would hide the body. So
I see it
You're very
was
close.
one or the other. I feel like she'd be good at hiding body, to be honest.
I could dig a good hole.
I think out of the four of us, I would be the most likely to
Rape a giraffe.
no. Oh man, with that I'll be fine. I would be the most likely to save children from a burning building and have a day named after me, the James Porco Day in Pittsburgh. That's just me. I'm just saying because I'm a good person.
I'm going to stick with my original one.
I'll rape the shit out of a giraffe. I'm like, come here, you long neck bitch.
Did you know giraffes can lick them? Big
Really?
giraffes, yeah.
Then why would they ever leave the jungle? I would never leave. If I could do myself, I would never leave the fucking house.
I knew a kid that could suck his own dick in high school.
Yeah, that'd be great. Never see that SNL skit? But look, he's thinking.
It's like Aaron sat there.
He's all silent. He's like, it's like I've tried it.
Oh, no.
But would you
I
really
know.
want to give yourself
that be
more
considered
pleasure?
No, I don't think
Actually,
it would be
well,
considered
never
gay. There's a good question.
Yeah.
All right, let's
No,
say
not
that
if
you
it's
are.
on yourself. You can't be. It wouldn't be.
I don't think it would be. I think in
It
this,
would be an extreme form of masturbation.
I'll even step it up.
What, man? So-
If I were to volunteer, if I were to volunteer to be cloned, they took my DNA.
Your own clone's dick?
No, if I would. If I were to have sex with my clone who has the same DNA, that is just extreme. Ma, I'm so sorry. If you're watching tonight, sorry,
So
Mom.
you had somebody out in public told you to go fuck yourself. You know what?
I'm like,
Chill.
J2, come here. We're going to prove a point that this is not homosexual sex. This is masturbation. Level 2.
No, because I feel if it's another human being, even if it's a clone human being, the penetration would still, it would be a form of masturbation. You're penetrating another.
See, and if it was truly me, it would never happen. Because I'd be like, come on, dude, let me put it in. And he'd be like, nah, dude, that ain't going there. Let me put it in you. Like, no, it ain't going.
You ever watch
We
that
would defend.
Family Guy where like fucking Quack Peter like pretending to be gay to get Quagmire out of this like fake marriage?
Oh yeah,
It'd be like that.
that's one. Yeah, he has to say.
you
They're like,
guys-
go ahead, have
you
sex,
and your
because he
clone would
marries the
cuddle.
hooker.
Yeah.
You and your clone would like fight about it, but then you'd be like, we can just cuddle.
No, and I thought about that so many times because I'd be like, I'd never fight my clone because he would know all my counters.
That's true, even though the
He would know everything. It would
so
be.
you would know your bet style too. So
He would know everything.
Kind of 86 it.
it's like the Terminator movie when it's like fighting the other robot and they were like equal moves basically.
No, not really. 'Cause that was two different models.
Yeah,
Terminators.
sure.
The one was an upgraded version.
Yeah, and there, but they were still.
I'm so glad that you're into this conversation right now.
I am.
Let's get back to the you on you butt sex. Would you have sex with your clone?
No, I would not.
Why not?
I would. I'd have sex.
I would. My clone would be shot.
Yeah, I'd have sex with my clone.
That would be hot. See, you guys can get away with it,
Why?
huh?
Why could we get away with it?
Because it would be hot to see your clones. Dude, that would be fucking. I would do a pay per view with no sponsors for that one. But you, I think you would do some weird shit to your clone, and then you would probably kill your clone in your sleep. But he would know that you were going to kill him.
Because he'd be watching and he'd be awake, staring with the same.
And I'm telling you right now,
Look at her. and
Be
see
like,
what it-
I'm telling you,
Like,
Dan,
I already
I'm telling you,
know
this
what
is
you're
why
doing,
you'll
but-
never see a cloned human being.
I'd be
Because they've
staring
done it
at
all.
him, but he'd be
They have cloned a human being, and
facing.
they've tested it and seen how the two of them react to each other, and it's violent. They're like, we can't do this. We can't play God, although they have. they've
Do
done.
you guys think Britney Spears was cloned?
Well, she's an epic lunatic.
She's crazy now.
I oh man, that's a whole nother episode. Let's talk about that on the next show. We'll talk about the Britney Spears
Why
conspiracy.
don't we just talk about all of the craziness with all of the
Illuminati.
with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Oh well, you know why?
Crazy.
Because I'll tell you why, and we'll bring this up in the next show. Because Valance, who couldn't be here tonight because he's working, he came to me and he asked me. He said, "What do you mind me talking about?" And he's actually going to talk about that on his upcoming episode. So he's going to talk about Illuminati. He's going to be talking about the conspiracy stuff. What's that stuff called? Quiet on the Set.
Quiet on the Set.
He's going to talk about that.
I've been wanting.
He's going to talk about all that shit whenever he's here. And then Cuddy Jones. Cuddy Jones is going to be coming back soon, so we're going to have Cut It Short films. Very excited about that. So much to talk about, but guess what, guys? We're fucking out of time. That was this episode flew by.
Mm-hmm.
I was very excited. So WrestleMania sucked, like you said. You gave it a 2.6 or something like that. Nene, you were hilarious.
Always.
I'm looking for your first serial kill, next serial kill, whatever it is.
We don't know.
Aaron Romeo. I mean, thank you for not eating garbage tonight.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm super excited. Where you got anything coming up? Any shows? Any
No, I'm
peep shows?
planning. Like, there's a show that I want to do in June or something.
Well, I know one show,
somewhere.
Sex Acts. I know one show that you're looking forward to. Man and Nene brought it up. What are we still looking for? Participants in the what?
Win a date with Aaron Romeo.
Win a date with Aaron Romeo. Ladies, he's here.
Gotta be crazy.
Okay. I guess.
It's free food.
Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, it's a free date. Sponsored by Bar-jutsu, Iron City Beer, and Meineke. And we're going to be fair. We're not going to let any dudes come in. And I don't care. Yeah, it's going to be ladies only. We're going to get some honeys in here. We're going to have questions set up. And, one of these lucky ladies is going to maybe get a chance to see your PB.
Nice. Okay.
But other than that, guys, that's it. I want to thank everybody for watching. We're not at Gorman's tomorrow. I don't think we're at Gorman's tomorrow. We may be there next week. We'll figure out what's going on. Just stay tuned. And guys, from all of us here at Bar-jutsu and Iron City Beer, please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time.